Hello, this is Chris Zukowski calling you from the internet. I'm just here playing Seat Taken, or Is This Seat Taken? It's very close to being Is the Seat Taken to This Seat is Taken. But we're going to play this game. Now, I'll be getting into it, and this one's going to be a little bit more relaxed. Yesterday, I'm sorry for rushing so fast. I just had a hard stop at 18 minutes, and I accidentally went over to 19 minutes, almost 20 minutes. This one is a casual, more cozy game, so I'm slowing it down today so that I don't hurt anybody's eardrums or you feel rushed. I don't want you to feel rushed today, so we'll take it a little bit slower. I still got a lot to do today, but we'll take it slower. So this is the Seat Taken, and the reason I wanted to cover this game in particular is because it's a puzzle game. And one of the things, if you follow what I work on, I always recommend against puzzle games because they are very, 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 very hard to do well on Steam because for a number of reasons, and we'll kind of go into it. Puzzle games are just, they don't work on Steam as well. And I've seen a lot of broken hearts over puzzle games, and a lot of indie devs make puzzle games as their first game, and I'm like, oh no, you've just jumped into the hardest thing to do. It's like, anyway, so we'll look at it, but this is doing well on Steam, and so the first half of this video is I'm just going to play the game a little bit, and I beat it. I beat every single level, folks. I beat them all, but I'll only play a couple, so you get the gist, and then I'll flip over and we'll look at what how Steam works. Like what it's doing in the Steamworks in Steam Next Fest, how it's doing there. We'll look at some stats to see why it's going so well. But yeah, this thing's in the top, basically 20. It's above the fold on some of the charts, and we'll take a look at that. But let's do it. So first off, let's just talk about this game. It is so crafted. I mean, look, you can tell. Just look at this tasteful use of a serif font. Anytime somebody can tastefully use a serif font, you're in good hands. Also, not too many colors. Here's the deal. There's a lot of people who are, first-time game devs. Maybe they are programmers. They're not artists, and their art looks like programmer art. It looks terrible. Here's the thing, folks. If you're an artist, you don't have to listen to this. If you're a programmer, here's the deal, folks. Programmers, you know how to have good art. Here's the secret. Fewer colors. I feel like programmers are like, well, I have full 64-bit color range. I'm going to use them all. No. You got to play it cool, dude. Play it cool. Because look, there's like this dark blue, this greenish green, kind of purple. There's really like three colors here. Notice this green is the same as this green. This blue is the same as this blue. Is the same, I bet, as the outline of this pencil. And I think this kind of indigo blue is the same as this indigo blue. There's really, this thing has like four colors. That is the secret to you non-artists. Pick four colors. Now, don't pick four colors because it's really hard for a non-artist to pick a color. Just search 4-color palette or like 6-color palette, and you can just copy that palette, and you just got to stick to it. I used to work in corporate America, the PowerPoints and the presentations from artists and the design team was always like 4 colors. The presentations from artists was like 1,000 color. Like every single slide was a different color. And I was like, what is this color scheme, programmers? For some reason, it's actually cooler and more artistic to use fewer colors. That's a free art tip. So if you artists, and I've called you out and I've been like, hey, your colors aren't very good. Or you're like, this is program art. Just remove colors. Just pick 3 colors, make your whole game 3 colors, and you instantly look like 300%, 1,000% cooler. You just do. Fewer colors equals cooler. All right. So anyway, here's the main menu. It's got the stuff I like, which is play the game, settings, add to your wish list right there up front. This is the way you got to do it, and exit. The funny thing is, this game is like as anonymous as you can get. I wonder if somebody's like in witness protection who made this game. I tried looking them up, seeing who the company is. Maybe they made similar games, something. Nothing. They don't even have a credits page. There's no credits. That's a company, and they have like 4 Instagram posts and all that stuff. So it's kind of, I don't know, maybe some of these shouldn't be working on a game. They work for a cool company, and they're like doing this on the side. Who knows? But anyway, so we're going to play it. As you can see, I starred everything. And it's in Barcelona. The triumphant end. I even beat the secret level. If you get perfect stars, you get the secret level. it ends. Well, you don't actually get to see it. They tease it. It's kind of like Chekhov's gun. I was like, oh man, I gotta go to Sagrada Familia. I gotta see it. There's no Sagrada Familia. There's just like some band that plays. I've been to the Sagrada Familia. I've been to Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona. I've done it. I had a lot of ham. That's a big thing you do over there, is eat a lot of ham. No ham in this game. This game is too tasteful for a pile of ham. Although the ham's pretty good. But everything is interactable. Speaking of tasteful, look at how tasteful these interactions are. You can't rip the tape up. But anyway, so this is the level select screen. It doesn't say to be continued. This is how they end the demo. And really, this game doesn't take very long. It takes like maybe 45 minutes to get through, half an hour, 45 minutes. So this is what I'm talking about with puzzle games, where it's like, there's just not much content. Like, again, Steam players love like 40-hour games. When you come to a puzzle game, there's just not a lot there. So let me stop the yammering here, and I'll just start the way this game is. Basically, this game is like human Sudoku, if you've played it. So it's like everybody has these rules. Like you place people in seats. That's what you do. And everybody has little rules. The first one, it's a puzzle game, so you don't start. And so this human Sudoku, you kind of do all this stuff. Then this person just vanishes. They just disappear. So look, I want to sit by the window. Of course, there's two of us in the window seats. Oh, yeah, you're right. So when you hold over, it says, I want to be alone. So they don't want anybody next to them. This person wants to be in a window. That's it. See, they're all happy. Everybody's happy. You could do this guy over here, there. But if I put this guy next to the seat, he's now unhappy because he wants to be by himself. That's it. That's the whole game. That is basically it. Again, it's human Sudoku. It gets complicated. There'll be grids of people, and they all have to kind of like interact and line up. And that's what it is. But everything is tastefully designed. Again, to you programmers, pay very special attention to this. You programmers with programmer art, look, the art is simple. It's like squares and circles and stuff, but the reason it looks good is they've used like 4 colors. Look at that. The same blues all over the place. Same blues, same blues, same blues. Pop a yellow, pop a red. That's it. The seats are the same color as the bar, is the same color as this, is the same color as the pause button, is the same color as this little progress. That's what you got to do, folks. That's all you got to do. So programmers, with your programmer art, today, after you watch this YouTube, because this will be the last YouTube you watch today, remove colors. Remove colors from your game, okay? Even the smoke. The smoke is the same color as the pause button. See? 3 colors. That's it. All right. Anyway. So that's all you do with this game. See, and everything is interactable. I can just pop trash out like nobody's business, just bespoiling this beautiful European city. Anyway, so that's the whole game. Now, here's why. Here's the thing about puzzle games, and I think a major reason why they don't do well. I'm going to skip this. There's an interesting thing. They put a little dialogue flavor, a little narrative on top of this. And on top of this, there's like this little sub story where this person that got their like entire side of their head pierced wants to be in an indie movie, and this person, I think they're a writer, they're kind of like, you should audition, and they're like, I don't know if I've always wanted to be an indie. I think you can always be in an indie film. The indie films are like, hey, we need people, and they're like, no. But anyway, so they rhombus. At one point, they refer to themselves as a rhombus. They just want to be in a movie, and that's mainly that's the stakes of the narrative, folks. It's adorable. Say they want to be together, so you gotta do that, and then they gotta be in the window. I just solved. Oh wait, there's a problem. The good view. All right, we will get you the good view. That's the puzzle. And here's the thing. Folks. The problem with where I was going with this is the problem with puzzle games is they're mostly made by programmers who are super smart. They're super smart programmers, and they love puzzles because programming is basically constant puzzle solving. That's what programming is, and it's hard to do. And so programmers make their puzzles way too hard. There is one level, this movie theater, one level took me a long time. It was not a long time. It took me like 3 minutes versus those 3 puzzles that I did in the tutorial there. It never gets that hard. That is like as hard as it gets. There's one in this level. I'm not even going to do it. I'll do the last level because I'll show you the last level so that you can see this one thing that I want to show you about how to do it. These puzzles are not hard, okay? And that is not a dig on this game. It is not a dig on this game to say the puzzles aren't hard. That's a good thing. And I think a big reason why puzzle games don't do well on Steam is because a major, major, major driver, there's two big things about that drive visibility on Steam. One is to get covered by streamers playing the game. And when it's a puzzle game and you get stumped in a puzzle and you have to think about it, you have to close it and think about it and come back to it a day and try something and it fails and then you come back another day. Programmers love that. Nobody else does, okay? So when a game is that hard, the streamers are like, I'm not going to play this on stream. It is way too hard. And so there aren't many streamers that play puzzle games because they want their YouTube videos to be lively and talkative and all that stuff. And a puzzle game shut that right down because it's like, this is so hard. It's like, man, I'm doing my tax documents here. Who wants to watch that? But this game is so easy, and that's not a dig. I'm not saying this game's too easy. It's just, it's enjoyable. It's like filling out a Sudoku. A Sudoku is not a hard puzzle. And so that's what this is. And there was never a point where I was stumped. There was sometimes when I had to like kind of jigger around some people and move them around and stuff. Mostly the movie theater one, the movie theater level. But it wasn't hard. It was just like, oh, okay, now I got to account for this. Wait, it didn't take long. I'm going to do these last few levels. These are the hard. These aren't even as hard as the movie theater levels, just so you can kind of see. I don't like story in games, but I kind of went through it. Let's see. Refresh. Indie Wave. Okay, so it's a music. You kind of look. See this? I'm in the band, so you got to put these people in the band. So anybody with sunglasses, because band has cool. You're cool if you wear sunglasses. People in the band are cool. And then people are say like, I want to dance. So you put them on. And there's a big thing about odors. Like kids are either stinky or people are wearing cologne. So you got to watch out who's next to them. Again, they just keep adding these different layers of who could stand next to them. Like I do not want to dance. So you put them in the seats. This tree should wiggle and like little acorns should fall out or something. Acorns that feed the pigs, are they called the Umbilical pigs that feed off of acorns? They should do that. Anyway, I want to be with Alexis, and it's there, so they want to be next to each other. So that's Alexis, you can tell with the arrow. And I want to dance. Boom. All right, everybody's happy. Confirm. This is the game. This is as hard as it gets. This is the last level before I basically beat the game. And then it was like, you can unlock the secret levels if you got a perfect score. I was like, of course I got a perfect score. Like, this is not a hard game, which is not a thing. I'm not digging on this game. And so I'm just going to do this. I prefer to sit, but they're wearing too much cologne. I like how they just know they're wearing too much cologne. They're just like, yep. I'm just rocking the cologne. And so that's it. I think let's see, who's left? There's somebody, oh, here they are. Want to be near the speaker. I feel like I've got 3 speaker lovers. Let's see. Okay, you just put them here. There. That's it. Oh, wait, who hates this? I can't breathe. Oh, because they're next to a stinker. We'll just move the stinker over here. Who now hates it? Who hates it now? I can't breathe. Oh, there's another stinker. Okay, let's see. That's it. This is as hard as this game gets. Again, I am not digging on this game because know your audience. We'll get to it, but this is published by Wholesome Games. Wholesome Games are just about, just like, who cares? Like, people who like this game had a rough day at work, a rough social life, a rough whatever. They're just looking to just like chill out. It's like very satisfying, and everything just feels good. Like. And it's just like, I just need something to kind of burn through my brain. Just keep my brain running at like 20 extra percent. I just get through it. That's the thing. And so I think a lot of people are like, oh, I got to make this puzzle so dynamic and it's got to have unique challenges and I have to make it. No, the developer's just like, let's just chill it. I'm just chilling it. So let's see here. I'm just trying to like get through this one. There's usually somebody who wants to be by the speaker, be a TO. They have no rules. What does TO want? Prefer to sit. It can be stinky. Let's see. I'm going to dance. Put them right there. This is the stinker table right here. Put a couple stinkers on there. I think so. Smell like too stinky over here. Let's do this guy. There's a stinker here. Can I do this? Yeah, like, again, this game is not hard. One thing I was kind of thinking about this game, here's one thought I had about this game, is like, people, do your own thing. Like, this game is so, I kind of feel like it's paternalistic. It's like, it's like, let people just sit where they want. Just like, go sit. And I was feeling, I was like, God, it's like that person who tries to craft their friends so much. It's like, no, you shouldn't wear that. You should wear that. You shouldn't. Hey, don't go out with him. Go out with that person. It's like, it's one of those friends that like micromanages their friends. That's what I feel like by the time I was playing this game. If we're talking Ludo narrative dissidence, or how the play brings meaning to this. By the end of it, I was like, these people just need to live their lives. Like, just relax. Just don't try and make everything perfect. And then I was thinking, like, speaking of perfect, this game, part of the reason this game's doing so well, and a puzzle game, we'll get to it, is it is perfect. Like, the art style is perfect. Every single pixel is perfectly placed. Like, every, you could tell it's a super graphic design. Like, the distance from here to here, everything is just gridded up perfectly, perfect layouts, perfect color design, perfect fonts. This person is perfect. The person who makes this is a perfectionist. And I could feel that in the design. It's like, in the design of the play, it's like, I can make it perfect. So every person is happy. Everybody is enjoying this party in the exact right way. They are exactly experiencing this concert, and nobody is smelling something they don't. Everybody sits who wants to sit. Everybody stands who wants to stand. You could just feel the artist who's making this game be like, I wish I could just make all my friends happy. I wish I could put them in the right place where they should be. And it's just like, relax. I know this is a cozy game. I'm supposed to be feeling cozy. By the end of this, I was feeling a little overbearing of my friends. And I was like, I just want to let my friends experience, like, hey, if you're unhappy, you take care of it. That's not my problem. Just because you don't like standing next to this person, solve your own problems. I'm not here to help all of you, okay? I'm just going to enjoy the party. If you don't like it, you fix it, okay? That's what I felt. And now I'm not somebody who can make this game this perfect. This game is way too perfect for my ability to make games. Like, look at this thumbs up. It's got a little tiny fold because it's a sticker, and it's got a little, like, the way the stickers fold. Like, everything in this game is designed and perfect, and I could feel how perfect this mysterious person is. This is why I was trying to figure out who is this person that made this game, because everything is perfect and everything's in its place and nothing is incorrect. And I feel like I could feel that oppressiveness. And I mean that in the nicest way. Like, this game's good, but it was a bit, I feel like if I was a friend of this person, I'd be afraid of what I should wear when I worked with this person or talked to them, because I'd be like, they're judging me. I bet they want to change the clothes that I'm wearing, and I don't know. Maybe it's an American thing where I'm just like, hey, as long as you're happy, do whatever you want. It's none of my business. I just felt like this game was like, I felt like I was minding other people's businesses. Like, I was a little bit of a busybody. I like this game, but the art, the feeling of the play, how play influences design and the way you play a game is the artist's intent. That's all I'm feeling. All right, so I'll stop that narrative dissidence and Ludo MFA analysis here. Let's just look at this from a dirty marketing perspective. I just beat the game. Like, that was the most chillest last level in a demo I've played. That was like as heightened as it gets. It's like, oh my gosh, is somebody gonna have to dance next to a smelly person? Let me tell you, if you've ever gone to a party or a concert, you're gonna dance next to a smelly guy. You just are. I know we want this perfect world where nobody has to dance next to a smelly person, but it's gonna happen. But anyway, that was the stakes we were dealing with here, folks. This is a cool end screen. I like this. So when you end the demo, you should always say, thanks for playing, go wishlist. And that's what they're doing. See, perfect. Hey, don't forget to add to your game. So reinforced here, little rhombus person here saying, don't forget to wishlist, add to wishlist. It's got blinky, perfect. Perfect, just like this says. And then it's like, solve all the levels with a perfect score and unlocked. And when I solved it, I was like, I think I just always did perfect, because this game is not that hard. That's when I was like, oh, okay. This is chill. This is casual. Okay. So there it is. So I added to the wish lists, and you can go back or restart. I just went to levels. That's it. This is the whole game. It's great. They did stuff. These are the secret levels. Oh, wait. Secret levels are here. It's just a wedding. I think you can put people in the back, like in the back thing. And there's some food. So you get a little tease of some of the other things. I didn't do that, but everything is just so perfect. I wish little pieces of cheese would bounce off of this, or like stinky fish stink would come off. But again, this game is perfect. So let's take this. So that's it's a seat taken. It really connected with me once I look at all these eyes. Look at their eyes. When I was playing this game, it was this wedding level, and it reminded me of my wedding where we were placing where people would sit, and I was like, people can just sit wherever they want. Just like let people, just let, like, why is it my business where people sit? If they want to sit over there, they can. If they have a problem with a smelly guy, tell them to sit somewhere else. It's just like, what? That's just my personality. I don't know. It just felt I could feel the designer's personality in this game, which is the fun of puzzle games. And I think that's why a lot of designers make puzzle games, is because you can show your design chops very blatantly in the puzzle design and the graphic design. Whereas these more crafty building games, the ones that I talk about, the artist and the designer aren't as present. The designer lives in this metadata, and it's like, oh, the smartest designer for a crafty building game is like, well, you know what I did was I decreased the cost of a wheat field by $5 instead of $10 because that interacts with this object over here. And so the design is not as front and center. And I think that's also why journalists do not cover crafty building games as much, because let me tell you, writers of these review sites and stuff love to talk about, like, oh, the design and the artist and the designer. You can't do that, like who the designer is. You can't see the fingerprint of the designer in a crafty building game. So I think a lot of bloggers and journalists don't like to cover those crafty building games because you can't do these like pronouncements of like, oh, this game represents, the feeling of managing your friend group. And so you can't do that with a crafty building game. You just can't. And so I think that's why a lot of writers cover these types of games, puzzle games. Because if you look at the games journalists cover, it's a lot of narrative games and a lot of a lot of puzzle games and narrative games. Because, again, you have something to write about. Not so much with crafty building. Anyway, okay, so that's enough philosophizing for one day. We've done way too much. I'm going to flip over and let's look at this game on Steam Next Fest. So here we are. We're back at top demos, and games sorted by the demo's daily user count using recently daily active data. Okay, I was thinking about this. So the game right here, where is it? It is the seat taken. It is right above the top of the fold. Now, if you remember, when we did the research, it is above some of these games, like He Is Coming. Remember, He Is Coming had about 300 concurrent users, 300. I looked up, and The King is Watching. It is also, that game had, I think, just about 1,000 concurrent users. And here we've got, where is the seat taken? Somewhere in between there, like 300, more than 300, less than 1,000, if we were to sort it like this. But then, if you pop over, because what you can do is you can use SteamDB to look at the charts for this. Actually, you want to go, is this seat taken demo? Let's see here, demo. They always pop it down here. This is SteamDB now puts the demo down here like this. I like this because the demo allows you to see 24-hour peak is 183, which doesn't make sense. How could it be above a game that was 200? Here's my theory. I was thinking about this. So this is concurrent users, and is this seat taken takes like 45 minutes to beat. Like I beat the game with you live while I was chit-chatting. It's not a hard game. Doesn't take very long. So it's hard to get concurrent people because every person takes like 45 minutes to play the game. I think that chart is looking at number of demo plays, even though it kind of said number of users per day. I think that's just counting how many people did it. So if each person takes 45 minutes, you can fit a lot more people in that time period than a big crafty building game, which each person plays for like 4 hours, which you totally could. I could totally play that game for 4 or 8 hours every day throughout Next Fest. So your concurrent count is higher, but you maybe not have as many users. And I think that's probably what that chart is doing. I bet this Steam Next Fest chart is doing that, just the number of users. And so that's where it's like, if you folks, here's the reason I'm talking about this so much. Don't stress about the numbers too much. Don't try and analyze, because Steam is so noisy and there's so many different types of games and so many ways into games. Like, I can wish this game, and this counts as an impression. There's no click-through rate. Stop trying to calculate click-through rate. Just look at like wish lists, wish list counts. CCU kind of helps, but for the most part, you can't predict everything. Let's see what. Let's just see. This is most wish listed. I don't think it's there. Popular upcoming games sorted by total all-time wishlist counts. Oh, that's all-time. This is upcoming games sorted by trending of recent wishlist counts. Let's just see if it's on here, because I'll show you in a second. They launched Is This Seat Taken in January, and right now, let's do it. Let me zoom over here to the Is This Seat Taken charts here. It's the parent page that will tell you wishlist. This game announced in January, like the end of January. Look, January 31st was when this game's page launched, and then it cranked up real fast, and about 2 weeks ago, which is Valentine's Day, it cranked up to about 10,000 wish lists, thereabouts. And now it's sitting at about 26,000. So this game is really doing well wishlist-wise. And so I think that sampling was taken in the last bit, and so basically it basically got like 10 to 20,000 wish lists within whatever sampling period. So that's kind of the other thing that I'm basically, again, it's not perfect, you'll never be able to calculate, but that's kind of the velocity that this game had coming in. So that's where that type of game. So notice it did very well. Notice I think it's like the only puzzle game in this entire list. Which again, puzzle games, there's a lot made, but they're not all there. So you might be asking, well, why did that puzzle game do well when all these other ones didn't? And let me tell you why I think this game did so well. It's the only puzzle game. I'm just trying to look to see if there were any other puzzle games that popped up. Ooh, another. Oh no, it's a farming game. I was like, oh, a 2D platformer. Nope, it's a platformer plus puzzle, or platformer plus farming, which is a crafty, buildy 2D platformer, which is good. But yeah, it's the only really puzzle game, I think. And I think there's even I think I saw a re-release of Talos Principle on here. But anyway, so what's the deal? Why is there one puzzle game on here? Well, most part puzzle games don't do as well on Steam. But how did this game break through? One, it is graphically beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful game. I find a lot of puzzle games just don't look as good, and they don't immediately arrest you with their vision. And this game is just so beautiful. Like, it just looks like it's paper, it's stickers, it's a popular visual style. Two, I think it's an easy puzzle game. I think that's huge. You could play it casually, and streamers who don't normally play puzzle games, it's basically like doing a Sudoku. It's no harder than Sudoku. It's super easy. I accidentally beat this game while I was yammering on. And third, and this can't not be underestimated, Wholesome Games is publishing this game. This is Jenny. I've actually interviewed her. I had a conference, and Jenny was there. And if you want to find out about the conference, let me show you. If you've ever wanted to, you go like this: how to market a game now is free. This right here is how you find out about all these events that I do. So Jenny was on my conference, and I interviewed her about how to get influencers to cover your game, because she's an influencer outreach and she helps run Wholesome Games. She's super smart. So if you ever want to see these events that I do, don't subscribe to my YouTube channel. YouTube sucks, okay, guys? YouTube sucks. I don't want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't even push that subscribe button. What I want you to do is come to here, howtomarketagame.com/free. I told you how easy it is. howtomarketagame.com/free. You come here and you just put your email address in there. That's all you got to do. Hit subscribe. That is where you find out about the real stuff. See, all these YouTube videos, they're not organized. They don't do anything. This is where you get thoughtful stuff. You can't do thoughtful stuff on YouTube. It's got to be like personality based. It's fun. It's enjoyable, but it's not information. Information comes from reading. Reading is cool, kids. And my blog and my newsletter is cool. And that is where you get the real details. All the stuff that I'm talking on these YouTube things, that's why YouTube sucks, is you can't go deep. You can't go deep in stuff because people click away. I can look at the stats. As soon as I get too complicated, as soon as I show a chart, people will leave. This The blog is where the smart people go. So be a smart person and join the newsletter, sign up for my blog. But anyway, back to Jenny, who is an awesome person that I interviewed for one of my conferences, because I do an online conference every year. The Wholesome people are super smart, and they have a huge network of influencers on all social media platforms, content creators, all this stuff. And so when you get published, if you're making a wholesome game, you unlock this entire ecosystem that they can just deploy. And Wholesome Games has built this awesome network of wholesome community thing of creators and stuff. Very smart. Wholesome Games and this cozy aesthetic is so powerful. So if you're making a wholesome game, and you can't just make any game wholesome, it has to hit every single box. Just like, remember how you have to lay out the people and everybody has to be happy? In Is the Sea Taken? It's the same thing with wholesome games. It can't be violent. There can't be weapons. There can't be blood. You can't just say like, oh, I'm making a horror game, but it's wholesome and you have big eyes. No, it has to be relaxing. It can't be violent. It can't be too stressful. It can't be all this. If you tick all those boxes, maybe, just maybe, Wholesome Games will publish you, and you apply and they publish. They do events multiple times a year. And basically, Wholesome just did its magic. Wholesome Games presents this, publishing this game. That's how it has so many wish lists. So it's a combination of hitting the right thing for wholesome players. It's using the network of Wholesome Games, and it looks good. That's how a puzzle game managed to boil up to the top. That's what it takes to get a wholesome or a puzzle game to the top of the charts. Do you have that? Do you have the graphics, the easy gameplay, the network of Wholesome Games? If you don't, it's going to be an uphill battle to get a puzzle game to the top of the Steam charts, okay? I'm just being honest because the honesty is what you come here for. And I'm going to be honest, YouTube sucks. And so what I want you to do, I'm glad you're here because this is the last video that you're going to do. What I'd like you to do is I want you to go over to howtomarketagame.com/free. And then I want you to fill out this box and hit the subscribe button here to get my newsletter, and you'll get a free book. And then what I want you to do is close the browser. As soon as you do that, close this browser and get up and work on your game. Watching YouTube is not working on your game. It's not real. YouTube is not real, folks. Newsletters are real. Having fun in real life, going outside, seeing the sun, having dinner with somebody you love, that's real. YouTube is not real. So please close YouTube. This is the last video you're going to watch today. Do something. All right. With that positive message, I hope I inspired you. You're inspired. Somebody said, I watch YouTube to get inspired. Well, you're inspired. You are now inspired. Close YouTube. Go off and use that inspiration. But also Chuck Close, famous artist, said, inspiration's for amateurs. The rest of us just get to work. So here we go. Get to work. Thank you for watching.